Hello, thanks for joining me. This is Tiger Lilith Tarot, and we're going to be doing a reading for Geminis. Hello, welcome Gemini placements. This is going to be your month of March reading, overall month of March reading, okay? We're going to see what is going on for Geminis in the month of March, mostly Pisces season. Then we get into Aries. We've got a full moon lunar eclipse and the spring solstice coming, so some big energies. We're going to start with some oracle cards, Gemini, to get an idea, and then we will go into the tarot. Let's see for Geminis, please. Gemini placements. What's happening in March? Radical self-acceptance. Well, that's great. That's nice to come out. Also, she's cloaked in red. Red in the tarot is about your free will. So really taking back something, maybe taking back your time, taking back your energy, really kind of like doing what you want to do. Following your heart is what I'm getting to. We have number 5 coming out, the unknown. Knowing the unknown. So immediately I get like you're learning something. Like you could be going back to school. Some of you could be, it's like through this radical self-acceptance here, you're going to have more time to yourself than you have in the past, which tells me maybe you've let something go out of your life, right? Something had to make space for this new time. And then we have number 24, emptied. Yeah, see, the ending and beginning lie at either side of the same door. Yeah, something. Okay, we'll see what comes out. I feel like this has already happened because of this and this coming out beforehand. Let's remember, time is not linear. We humans just force it to be. So, yeah, I feel like let's see what comes out. I think you've already experienced a loss, Gemini. And I'm not saying a loss as in a loved one, just something has left your life to give you more space. Radical self-acceptance. You are perceived the way you perceive yourself. So really working on self-love here, learning the unknown. This card really gives me High Priestess vibes with the two pillars and the moon at the very top. Right? Very High Priestess. You could be very you could find yourself just knowing things without knowing. Knowing, right? Knowing the end. You could find yourself knowing things without knowing how you know them. I hope that makes sense. Kind of like a claircognizance is what that would be. Let's see what comes out under radical self-acceptance here. You are perceived the way you perceive yourself. There's the High Priest, number 5. This card is also number 5. The High Priest is the, especially in this deck, the pairing of the High Priestess. So you're getting in touch with yourself in a more spiritual way, perhaps doing more meditation, journaling, really analyzing. Maybe there's something that someone said that made you realize, gosh, do I really come off that way? And so the month of March, you're really analyzing and looking into yourself here. Let's see, one more, please. Month of March for Gemini. There we go. Okay, so we have the High Priest, the Lady, which is the Empress in the traditional deck, and the Tower. You're creating, I was going to say you're creating something that's going to shock people, but what you're creating is yourself. I feel like you're going to shock people in the month of March. You're going to be acting, people might be like, oh, she's kind of acting out of character. And the way you're going to feel about it is, no, actually, I'm acting completely in character. I'm not acting at all, as a matter of fact. This is who I am. I feel there's going to be, spiritual enlightenment. You could find yourself really reconnecting, or if it's the first time, connecting with nature in a very harmonious way, it feels like. This Tower to me is you shocking people with with this radical self-acceptance, with really showing people some new sides of you, if you will. You could find yourself going to church as well, getting guidance from a spiritual leader. Doesn't necessarily, that doesn't mean a proper church. That's why I said reconnecting with nature. Like for me, sometimes people are like, oh, are you going to go to church? Well, church has a lot of different meanings, could have different meanings for different people. Like for me, going and spending some nice time outside on a hike, I could consider that going to church. It brings me peace, it brings me tranquility, right? Some enlightenment and some insights, time. Ace of Cups coming out, the first card, with this unknown, knowing the unknown. Feels like perhaps something about relearning your emotions, Gemini. You might have been in a place of, the Fool. Wow, this is a like new energy. And I love that it's coming out with knowing the unknown, because these would be unknown. And then the Nine of Cups. So delving into mystery this month, I feel, is going to be I feel you're doing that, and it's exciting. I feel an excitement here. And again, getting back in touch with your emotions. There might have been something that you had to be, you were put in a situation in the past where you had to think very analytically, very logically, and use your intellect, right? You're an air sign, so it's a comfortable place for you to be typically. But what I'm seeing here is getting in touch with emotion. I said this card reminds me of the High Priestess, which is water energy. Actually, it's Pisces card. We are in Pisces season. So, whoopsies. It makes sense here that the emotions, the subconscious, what's running, what's running underneath the surface is going to be coming out. And again, that's that radical self-acceptance, the way you're perceived. You're going to be perceived differently by people this month. I feel you're softer. There's a softness here in this energy. Some of you could be falling in love. You could find yourself falling in love or meeting someone new. This isn't a love reading. Falling in love doesn't necessarily have to mean, in the way that you're going to jump into bed with someone. You could find yourself falling in love with a child in particular. Maybe you're becoming a mother, a father, an aunt, an uncle, a grandmother, a grandfather, a godparent, a friend of yours has a kid. I just feel you full of love here, and you're really excited about delving into the unknown. You're excited about learning something new. It brings you peace, actually. What is this emptied energy? Because again, it really does feel like it already happened. The world. Something, there's completion here. The Prince of Swords. Your energy there, Gemini. Prince of Swords. Let's get one more. This emptied energy. What is this? Four of Swords. Yeah, it's funny. You and Aries, it's very similar. Because, it's like this road doesn't quite feel like it belongs. And, again, like I said, when I pulled this card originally, it feels like this already happened. And with the World coming out, the World is a card of completion and coming full circle. So, it's possible in the month of March that there's a loss, but right, it said there's the ending. A new beginning can only start when there is an ending. So, right, the World, there is an ending. There's completion. If this is the month of March, there's completion of, well, we'll see. But whatever this completion is frees up time for you, because Prince of Swords, you're able to move quickly, you're able to speak quickly. You have a sharp tongue here, but then the Four of Swords. There's something about you retreating, resting, keeping information to yourself. You could, Gemini, I feel like there's a mourning here. You're mourning something. You're mourning the loss of something that had to leave. Similar message to Taurus. Taurus got this message too, and you two are, side by side signs. So there's some energy sometimes that bleeds over. It's an ending that you didn't want something to end, but because of the universal law and natural cycles, it ended, right? And it frees you up, but there's also time to rest and reflect. This ending affects you greatly. You think about this ending a lot, but what happens again is ultimately what this ending has done or does is put you back in touch with your emotions and back in touch with spirit, back in touch with yourself, radical self-acceptance. Yeah, I like this, Gemini. Let's look a little deeper into this. What's going on here? Yeah, the Death card at the bottom of the deck as I pick this up. That's what I mean. I feel like there already was an ending. There already was a loss. And it wasn't, I want to say here, to not think of it as a loss, to think of it as a completion, a necessary completion. All right, let's see. Take a sip of my tea real quick here. 1 second. All right, let's keep going, Gemini. Let's clarify this thing. And if at times this resonates, go ahead, like and subscribe. I sure do appreciate it. And I offer personal readings. My email address is in the comments below. Shoot me an email and we can set up a personal reading if you are interested. All right, let's look at this High Priest energy, because this feels like you just reconnecting. Whoa. Reconnecting with spirit. Hanged Woman. Yeah, you're gaining a lot of enlightenment. Hanged Woman and the Three of Wands. So the Hanged Woman breaks down to a 3. The World card is a 3. The Lady is a 3. So we've got here, 3s are about momentum, right? Forming patterns, expression, synthesis, and fulfillment and creativity. So again, that's why I say this energy feels in the past. You're very enlightened with this Hanged Woman, and the enlightenment has come because you were put in difficult situations. It's possible there was someone you wanted to say goodbye to. They were passing. You couldn't get to them quick enough. They were too far away. But you're coming to terms with that. There's something that was out of your reach. But I feel like this month you're going to understand why it was out of your reach. You're going to get answers. Which again sounds knowing the unknown, right? I feel like you are going to get some answers this month to some deep, like, spiritual questions that you've been asking yourself. You've been trying to find the answers in your intellect when really the answers lie in your emotions here, right? Let's see, what is this Lady energy? This Lady energy, the Empress, creation, beautiful creation. 9 of Cups twice. There's a happiness coming in. You've been waiting for something to come in, looking for the key to unlock your heart. The key to unlocking your heart, here, getting back into nature, getting back into creativity for yourself, creating for yourself, not for other people, for you, from you. And it's also about an equal give and take. The Empress is very abundant. She understands the natural cycle, and she's not going to give more to someone that they're giving to her, right? She's not going to let things get too off balance. So you find happiness. I feel like you find happiness again and emotional contentment with people that are giving you equal energy back. There's equal exchanges. So it might not have been happening before. And this Tower, again, this feels like you just coming out and shocking people with this quote new person that you are. 5 of Pentacles. Tower and the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so this radical self-acceptance here, I feel like there is a message here a little bit to watch out for someone that they're observing the shift in you. They're observing the change in you. They like what they see, and they kind of want to take some of it for themselves. So just be careful of someone that might want to take something from you financially in a literal way. But also understand with this energy here, understand that you're supported. You might feel like you're all alone because there have been losses, but you are supported. You're very supported, actually. It's just that you need to look in the right places to see where that support is. Okay. Let's look at the Ace of Cups here. What's this Ace of Cups? A new love? I feel like it's a self-love for you, Gemini. 6 of Cups. Falling back in love with your past is what is coming to mind here. Falling back in love with, it's like falling in love with every iteration of yourself that you've been. It's very peaceful. I said this energy at the center is exciting, but also incredibly peaceful. What's this Fool energy? This is, again, this newness, this unknown. What is it? The Fool, a brand new beginning, a leap of faith. You could find yourself taking a leap of faith. Well, you are taking a leap of faith because you're diving into the unknown, right? That requires a leap of faith in of itself. 1 second. What's that? 6 of Swords. Okay. So, yeah, you're taking this leap of faith because you knew that you needed a new perspective. And that's what's happening. You're getting a new perspective here. Yeah, this is new energy. 2 6s coming out in a row, and the 6 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. 666. Don't be afraid. It's not the devil. It's recalibration. 6s are recalibration, resetting. This number 24 breaks down to a 6 as well, right? So it's balance, integration, harmony, union. That's what 6s are about. So I'm loving this. And again, this feels very much, Gemini, like you integrating back into yourself. All your different pasts. You know, there's stuff, maybe you're like, oh God, look at the, you know, I feel you reminiscing on photos, pictures of, you know, when you were a child, a preteen, a teenager, you know, all these different times in your life, but you're instead of looking back at them with judgment, you're letting yourself fall in love with yourself and who you were and who you are. And you really needed this because, again, this energy feels in the past and that there was a painful loss. 9 of Cups. Here's the happiness. We have the 9 of Cups twice, right? I really like that for this reading. Make a wish, Gemini. If you have a wish you want to make it. 9 of Pentacles, another 9 coming out. So 9 of Pentacles, you're very independent here. You're feeling good. Look at how, like, she feels great. She feels abundant. Again, cloaked in red, your free will. It feels like you're taking, God, you're like taking back your life. You know, you might have been in a relationship or a situation or having to care for someone that was passing or that was ill, that took up so much of your time and energy. And this month is just about you. Like, this month is really about you, Gemini. Yeah, I really like this. I love this. Let's look at this World card, because, again, this feels like it's gone. And Geminis, I will be answering a yes or no question at the end of this reading. If you have one, or it could be open-ended. If you don't have a question, just take that pull as a last message from Spirit, right? Let's take a look at the World. King of Pentacles. Yeah. Some of you lost a mentor. Possibly a former boss, a current boss, a father, a grandfather, an uncle, someone older, wiser. Didn't necessarily need to be older in age, but, you know, mature, wise. Someone whose guidance, someone you valued. Feels like they're gone now. Their cycle in your life and possibly on this earth was completed. This is possibly someone even that you you got financial advice from in particular, or that you got money. This person like has given you a loan before, something like that. Let's see, what's the Prince of Swords? Your energy, because it feels like this loss was it kind of, oh yeah, see, there's the Ace of Cups again. See the Ace of Cups twice. So you're speaking love. That's what it feels like. You're moving quickly towards love. You know what this loss made you realize? Life is too short. That's what it is. Life is too short. You're like, I'm just going to go for it. I need to go for what I want. And I need to go after love, not hate or judgment or anything low vibrational. 4 of Swords, just rest. You could need some rest after the past month or two, yeah. The Chariot. Okay, that's a fast-moving energy. It's also about bringing components together. Resting, you needed time away from the speed, from momentum. There was a lot of momentum going on. Even though I said the 3s are about building momentum, but you're building a new kind of momentum. This is for you, right? This other thing that was happening, that you had to, some other situation you were having to take care of, it wasn't, not that everything has to revolve around you, but it is your life. We're only here once, well, in these flesh bodies. So yeah, you take a break. You're getting a break. You're getting a much needed break from constantly going, constantly forward march. This month is going to be more calm, more mellow. Like I said, it's really about you. All the focus is on you. Getting back in touch with you and your emotions. Your emotions are at the forefront here. Really nice reading, Gemini. This is really nice. I love this energy. I do. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you do too. All right, we're going to finish here with answering a question for you. If you don't have one, said, just take it as a parting message. Okay. Yes or no question, or open-ended. I will do my best to answer or provide. I'm not really going to answer an open-ended question. It's more like providing some guidance and insight into that question. That makes sense. If it doesn't, hopefully it will very shortly. Four of Swords. Yep, the word rest on that card. How funny, right? The Four of Swords and the Chariot came out together. Look at the two cards that came out. The Four of Swords and the Chariot. So, this Four of Swords Chariot energy is being highlighted by Spirit in this spread, obviously. And it's for a reason. You really need a break, Gemini. Okay? You really need to rest from chaotic movement. You've also had to really exert your will here. Now, remember I said we're focusing, the red is about free will, but being cloaked in your own free will is very different than having to constantly exert your will. You're just kind of in it. There's a comfort in your skin this month. All right, we're going to get one more card here. The Lovers. There's your energy. There's your energy. So if you had a yes or no question, I would say the answer is yes. Yes, and whatever the question is, it might start moving slowly in the beginning, but then things pick up, right? And the advice here with this information, like I said, not exerting your will, resting, and just letting who you are really just seep out of you and come out of your pores, and showing everyone, letting people see it, letting people see who you are. Radical self-acceptance does that, right? And the Lovers, you're realigned. You're back on a divine path. You're back on your divine path. I feel like you weren't on it. I don't know for how long. I'm going to say perhaps the past 4 to 7 months. But you're back. And you're so in touch with your emotions. It's just the reminiscing here and falling in love with your past feels so serene and just really beautiful. Beautiful energy, Geminis. All right. Thank you so much. This is what I have for you. Hope it provided some insight, guidance, clarity for you, and I will see you at your next reading. Take care.